I have an unexpected clear night tonight, so I am going to set up immediately, even if that means setting up in my PJs. Well, I'm set up for the night, but this is actually this is probably my least favorite kind of night to image, because I'm basically going into the night with zero planning. I have no target in mind because I didn't know tonight was going to be clear. So all I know is that, and I would advise this to other people as well, is that, if you're going into the night with zero planning, try not to start a new project, but instead do something that you're already familiar with, such as just adding data onto your existing project. And that's what I'm going to do tonight. And I will do that with the help of place solving. And also, for everybody out there, doing astrophotography in your PJs is an absolute lifestyle. And I can say that every day, every night with a straight face. So I think now is a good time to talk about how I'm going to, quote unquote, pick up where I left off previously, and add data onto an existing project. And you can do that with a technique called plate solving. And the overview, I don't really plan on going into great details because I'm not great at it myself, so I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction. But the overall summary of what plate solving is that it uses a database of the night sky, and the way that it works is that you take a snapshot of your current location right now, and it's going to have stars in it, and you then tell your imaging software to analyze this picture that you just took, analyze the star pattern, and compare that to the database. And then once it's done solving and figure out, or once it recognizes the star patterns and figure out where you are, then I can tell the imaging software to slew my telescope to the target that I want to go. Or in this case, I can upload an image from my previous session, tell my software to solve and recognize the star patterns within that image, and then once it's solved, it's going to tell my mount to slew back to that region. And this is extremely useful. Not only can you use it to find targets, or you can do what I'm doing tonight and use this technique to add data onto your existing project, so that when you, quote unquote, pick up on the next night, you can realign your telescope to a previous session, so that when you stack the images, they're more or less aligned and you can stack them and add data onto your projects. I hope that makes sense. Plate solving was something that took me a long time to understand, so I will eventually do a more thorough overview of plate solving. But tonight, I just want to give you guys an overview of what I'm doing. Well, I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but the clouds have arrived. I'm hoping that this is only passing clouds and the forecast for the rest of the night still looks clear. So hopefully these are just passing clouds. And the good thing is now I have time to think about what I'm actually going to image tonight. I have several projects that I am trying to line up. My plan right now is, assuming the clouds go away pretty soon, from about 8 to, I don't even know if I have until 11 p.m. But from 8 to 11 p.m., I'm going to add data onto Orion using the L Extreme, because I want to see if I can pick up a little bit more of the surrounding H alpha onto my existing picture. And then after that, I'm going to try to add data onto something that I usually don't image. I'm not usually known as the galaxy person, but I want to add data onto Leo's Triplet. And I believe that is going to come up behind the trees. I'm hoping it will start to come up by 12 a.m. I hope, but we'll see. Well, the cloud is still here. I haven't taken a single picture yet. But if you're wondering what a meridian flip is, I'm going to demonstrate it for you. Basically, what it is that you notice that now my mount is pretty much, not looking at the telescope, but if you just look at the mount, it's almost parallel to the ground. And you want to do a meridian flip so that you sort of bring it back over to the other side, so that your camera gear or the tip of your telescope won't hit the tripod leg, So all I'm going to do is basically tell my mount to re-slew over to my target, and I'm going to tell it to force the meridian flip. And then all it's going to do is it's going to do a 180, and that's basically it. So I'll demonstrate it for you here. All right, and now it's going to track my object and slew over the course of the night again. And at this rate, this may be the only thing I accomplished tonight. Well, it's about 11:30 at night, and I set up the mount about 5 or 6 hours ago, and it's finally clear. But that means that I've missed my window with Orion. I'm a little bummed out because I really wanted just a few hours with Orion, because I feel like my time with Orion is starting to fade. Like I said in the previous video, that it sets behind my, it starts at night really low in the sky already, and I only get a few hours before it sets behind my house. But having waited for the clouds to go away meant that I've already missed my window with Orion tonight. But hey, there's always tomorrow, so hopefully I'll get a few hours in tomorrow. But but for now, I'll simply move on to the next target I had in mind, and that is to add a few more hours of data for Leo's Triplet. And I should be able to see it pretty soon behind these trees. And I just want to mention this to all the beginners out there, that you're going to come across many nights like this where you get a glimmer of hope, and you do your best to set up, and then the weather kind of rolls in and takes away a few hours of your night, or sometimes it takes away the entire night. But you can't control the weather. What you can control is keeping a positive attitude, because you're gonna have many more nights like this. So don't give up, just keep trying, and if one night doesn't work, just plan ahead for the next night. And with that, I'm going to set up my session with Leo's Triplet, and hopefully I can have a decent picture to show you guys. And now I'm going to go set up, and so clear skies, everyone.